Welcome to Shortstop on Pool. This is Rack of the Week 228. On your screen, you see my supporters from Patreon and YouTube. Thank you very much. And welcome to my newest supporters, Justin, Estrees, Sebastian, and Christian. Welcome and thank you very much. Let's get into the rack. It's another straight pool rack. I guess we've forgotten 9-ball and 1 pocket for a time being. The question always comes up. What was it like in the old days? You know, the 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60s, even into the 70s and 80s. What were the tables like? What was the playing conditions? What were the players like? And there's this debate. And I think the debate is pretty much the same as who's the better boxer, Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali. You know, you can have a discussion all day long, and it's wonderful and fascinating to do that. But I don't think we can answer the question. We can't answer the question specifically regarding pool either. There are many people who were alive in the 1950s and 60s and saw Mosconi play. They know what it was like. We often talk about old school straight pool and, oh, straight pool's different today because of the conditions. Yeah, I think there are some slight differences. But let's take a look at Irving Crane. This is during a 150 ball run and out by Irving Crane. It's in black and white. The video quality is pretty crappy, but let's just deal with it. We're going to be able to make things out well enough for me to make my point. Irving Crane has a below the rack break shot. It's in the center below the rack, and he's got the cue ball over here with a good angle. So let's watch him shoot this break shot, and then we'll talk about whether or not we think this is different. Now, I'll ask you, given this break shot on today's equipment, how hard are you going to hit this? Are you going to use top left, top right? What are you going to do? Let's see the results from Irving's shot. The camera angle is going to change rapidly, but we'll just deal with it. So that was high left. Okay, take a look at this layout. We've got 5 balls loose here, another one loose here, one below the rack, a couple here. There's only, well, this may not be loose. There's only like 4 or 5 balls in the rack area. And then the rest of the balls, there's like 8 of them are loose on the outside. Is that very different from any number of racks that you've seen me play, dozens of racks, or the pros recently? I don't think so. Very common result. So he's going to shoot the ball closest to him, and I think that's his most reasonable shot because this ball is blocked from going into the side pocket here. There's no shot in this direction. And then he might have a shot on this ball, but that's a really tough shot from close to the rail. So shooting this ball, he can control the cue ball. I think I would do the exact same thing. Now he's got a potential break ball here. I don't know if this one's a potential break ball. We're going to see it from another camera angle in a second, but he needs to find a way to open this cluster. You can get an idea of the speed of the table from how he hits this. Now, I want you to pay attention to this. We often say, oh, those tables had big pockets back in the old days. And, you know, you're looking at this, it's very likely that this is a Brunswick, probably a Gold Crown. And that's probably a 5-inch pocket width, probably. But did you notice how the ball traveled down the rail? It didn't brush this rail, did it? Clean as a whistle. And that's what you'd expect from a champion, whether you're playing on a table with 5-inch pockets or not. The cue ball didn't even touch a rail, controlled the cue ball nicely. Now he's going to study that. And this is an excellent view. We'll take a look at it here. This is a much better view. It looks like there are 2 break balls, but he's probably going to want to use one of these to open the rack. Now, I could imagine an earlier rack in the week of mine, or many players might suggest, oh, let's just shoot this ball in the corner pocket, roll down low, get a low angle on this ball and cut it over into this corner. The cue ball can go into this rack, go into the cluster and open it up, and there you go. The table's open. That's not the right way to play straight pool today, and guess what? It wasn't the right way to play straight pool back then either. Irving took a look at the rack and has realized has looked at what balls are open to what pockets, what can go where. So what is he doing? Easy shot in the side pocket to get an angle on this ball. Now, he may very well have been trying to get the shot that I was talking about but he doesn't have the angle. So did he play position for that? I don't think so. And the reason why is this shot. Crossover shot. In other words, he didn't play for an angle to smash into these, as I talked about in the last couple of weeks. That's crash test dummy pool. That's not how you play good straight pool. He actually played for the other angle so he could cross over, because once this ball's gone, then both of these balls go over here. So playing short side position, picking off the balls from where they lie. We're not crashing into the balls and hoping. We're nudging them when it makes sense to do so, always with a certain insurance ball. And that's what you'd expect from a master like Irving Crane. So he's looking at his angle, not quite happy with his angle yet, with the angle that he got, but he's going to figure something out. This means that he doesn't have to get short side position on those remaining balls. Let's see how he plays it. So there's 3 balls in the rack area. So he nudged this one down specifically. Oh, okay, so he is playing short side position. Just right, just enough to come out past that break shot. Something you've seen me and other players do a million times. And now, he doesn't need to shoot the combination short side position. Now he's going to shoot this shot, and we're going to see, he's going to let the... We'll see if we can get a table angle where I can point something out. He wanted to wait for the referee. Often back then, the referee would shag balls. They would drop pockets, and the referee would grab balls out of the pocket and then return them. Put them in the ball tray. Now, as I mentioned in the last couple of weeks as well, Irving Crane has seen this from the beginning. He's already got his end pattern. Here's the break ball. Here's the key ball into the side pocket above the break shot. You look diagonally from your key ball. There's your K2 ball. That informs you, since you've got a ball near the rail on the lower half of the table, that it's okay to leave the up table balls, because you can use the up table balls to get over here. You have a tremendously large position zone to get on this ball in the corner to easily set you up for that ideal stop shot on your key ball that you want. If this ball wasn't here, then this ball becomes not such a good key ball, and then you might eliminate all of these balls. Get an angle on this ball, because then you come straight down the rail, straight down the table, into position for your break shot. So it's the fact, the point is, as a master of straight pool, Irving is seeing the end pattern early in the rack. That's the point. Now, I don't like what he does here, but man, so what? It's hard to argue. So he's just got such good control of the cue ball. I would have liked to bring the cue ball. They're moving the camera on me. And notice he's taking his time. But I would have liked to play the cue ball over to this side. See, we'll get to the point where they... there we go. I would have liked to play the cue ball on that last shot over here, because then I have an angle to go to the bottom rail and up. And if I land good on this ball into the corner or the side, that's what I want. In fact, I probably want to play up here for the side, because if I don't land ideal, then I can shoot this ball. But the point is, this ball is the one you want to use to get position in this fashion over for this shot. If you play the cue ball from here, from this ball up to this one, then you've got to play some kind of delicate position for this one into the side pocket. And if you get the wrong angle, you've lost your chances of getting ideal on this shot. Irving is extremely experienced. He knows all of this, but he played the cue ball onto the other side. And so this is an amazing shot to bring the cue ball up this direction. Now you notice that he's got a long shot on this ball into the side pocket, but he doesn't shoot it. So now he better play good position on this ball into the side, which he's done. Yeah. So what he had to do there, here's my point. If you try to play position on this ball straight in the side pocket, more often than not, you either ended up frozen on the rail or too high. And now you've got a cut shot to try and manipulate the cue ball and get it all the way back up here. Lots of travel, lots of things that can go wrong. I like what Irving did here. It's very smart. He didn't try to play to that tiny little position zone. He went ahead and played the natural route and let the cue ball come past that. Why? Because if he lands perfect on this ball, he shoots it. But if he doesn't land perfect on this ball, then he has this ball to shoot. You're playing position for multiple balls. That doesn't mean that you're playing in a haphazard fashion. It means you're playing to a specific spot. But if you don't get there, you have a bailout shot. So that's a master at work. He did land perfect on that ball. Again, I would have played that ball first and the ball up near the head rail next. But obviously, there's the end pattern, which he saw about 6 to 8 shots ago. Is that any different than many racks you've seen me shoot or any other player in the modern era? I'm going to say not one little bit different. I don't care if it's fast cloth, polished balls, 4.5-inch pockets, 4.25-inch pocket, 5-inch pocket. It's straight pool. There's the right way to play it, period. That's my opinion. As always, we'll take a look at the break shot. It's a high break ball, a little ways away. He might, stun draw. And is this result any different than you've seen? Often people say, oh, the clay balls and nappy cloth, slower cloth, and the clusters were bigger. This is a big cluster, but it has nothing to do with the table conditions. It has to do with a high break ball with a slight angle, which means that Irving had to stun draw off the rack, and you're not going to get a lot of separation, no matter what the table conditions are. This happens to me all the time on my table with fast Samoa's cloth and polished balls. This match is on YouTube. It's Irving Crane versus Joe Balsas. I believe this is the finals of a straight pool tournament. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you for watching. As always, you're going to play straight pool, play it straight. See you next week on Rack of the Week. Bye.